الرحيم كاف ها يا عين صاد ذكر رحمة ربك عبده زكريا إذ نادى ربه نداء خفيا قال رب إني وهن عظم مني واشتعل الرأس شيبا ولم أكن بدعائك رب شقيا وإني خفت الموالي من ورائي وكانت امرأتي عاقرا فهب لي من لدنك وليا يرثني ويرث من آل يعقوب واجعل له ربي رضيا يا زكريا إنا نبشرك بغلام اسمه يحيى لم نجعل له من قبل سميا قال رب عنا يكون لي غلام وكانت امرأتي عاقرا وقد بلغت من كبر عتيا قال كذلك قال ربك هو علي حي وقد خلقتك من قبل ولم تك شيئا قال ربي اجعل لي آية قال آيتك ألا تكلم الناس 3 ليال سويا فخرج على قومه من المهراب فأوحى إليهم أن سبحوا بكرة وعشيا. الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله. My name is Muhammad Mukhtar Kemaluddin. I am a Ghanaian. I was born and raised in Ghana, in a suburb of Accra named Nima. I was not converted into Islam. I was born a Muslim. All my family were Muslim from both sides, mom and dad. Well, the issue here is how I converted into Shiism, or how I accepted the Shia sect of Islam. I mean the Shia thoughts. Well, from the beginning I would like to explain something about, to talk about something, a little bit about how Islam goes in Ghana. In Ghana, for instance, it's like everywhere, because we have the Sunni Muslims and we have the Shia Muslims as well. But the majority are the Sunni, and I was a Sunni as well. But then among the Sunni, the Sunni is classified into various divisions as well. Among them we have the Sufis. Among the Sufis we have the Tijaniya, Qadiriya. We also have Ahmadiyya. I don't classify them as Sufi do. And on the other hand, we have the Wahhabiyya, known as the Salafis. Well, I was born a Tijaniya. I was born a Tijani Sufi. And I was born and raised a Tijani. My grandfather my grandfather is a sheikh, because he still exists. He's a sheikh, a Tijani sheikh. So my mother, we all benefited from him. He taught my mom, and I talk about my mom because I lost my dad from infancy. At the age of 7, I lost my dad. So everything, I am able to get to where I am today through the help of Allah, through my mom. May the blessings of Allah be upon her. She was the one who began to teach me Islam. She was the one. I'm one among 4 brothers. One among 4. I'm the third. Our mom was our foundation. She was our foundation of life. She was the one who began to teach us about Islam. Everything we know about Islam. She started by teaching us the alphabetical words of Islam, this alif, ba, ta. And she raised us in a way. In the path of Allah, in the path of Islam. Yeah, we were raised as, like I said, Tijaniya Muslims. as Tijani Muslim, when we talk about this, the Tijaniya Islam, what do we mean by Tijaniya Muslims? It's a kind of, it's a Sufi. It's a Sufi, it's a kind of Sufi, it's a Sufi path, a way by which it is being established as one way, a part of Islam. Okay, a part of Islam. It's not a mazhab, but a tariq, like this in English. As a part of Islam, we oblige something upon us. Okay, it's not, of course, it's not compulsory, but it's a daily activities that we go through it. And what is this thing? This it is a practice that we go. Example, after prayers, between the prayers of Maghrib and Isha, we sit around in a circle, in a circular form. Sometimes we put a white cloth among us, in front, in the middle of, and we recite. All we recite is istighfar, and we recite Jawharatul Kamal. Jawharatul Kamal is another form of salat towards the Holy Prophet. And the Salat al-Fatih goes, Allahumma salli wa sallim, Allahumma salli wa sallim ala Sayyidina Muhammad al-Fatih lima ughliq wa al-khatim lima sabaq nasir al-haq bil-haq wa al-hadi ila siratik al-mustaqim wa ala alihi haqqa qadri wa miqdari al-azim. I'm bringing this to signify that the Tijaniya belief, the Tijaniya sect have nothing, all their concentration, everything about them is about the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Everything about them. The love of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is everything to them. Okay, but then the problem in which some face is because I don't classify it as mazhab, is the mazhab, the kind of mazhab they took. They don't the knowledge of Ahlul bayt or the knowledge of Tashayyu has not getting into them. Or should I say it wasn't around in the early, so that's all we know. Therefore, in other words, whoever a Tijaniya man or a Tijaniya Muslim sees him close to the Prophet or understand him as one of the beloved people towards the Prophet, automatically he attracts the love of such person. He loves the person because of the Prophet. So this was what I was. This was what I was throughout my life. And as I was growing, my whole life was about finding the truth. Since I became matured, my whole life was about finding the truth. Therefore, I didn't stay at one place. I used to go among the Wahhabis to listen to their sermons as well, because everyone claims their truth. Everyone claims he is on the right path. I never stood by my Tijaniya sect. I tried to find out about the other sects, what goes about them. And it was through them, through these Wahhabis, I began to hear the name Shiism. Shiism started entering Ghana in the 1980s. I started to the way I began to hear, when I started hearing about Shiism, the way and manner I started hearing about Shiism was, of course, was in a wrong manner, because Shias to them were classified as kuffar, infidels. They were classified as infidels. Like, second, there is a lot of thought about them. A lot were said about the Shiism. Among them was why were they classified as infidels? Because they said the Shia Muslim do not believe in the prophethood of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. On the other way around, they believe in Sayyidina Ali as the prophet, but they said Shia, according to Shia, to their tongue, According to Shias believe that the prophethood was for Imam Ali, was for Sayyidina Ali, but Angel Jibril, he made a mistake because Sayyidina Ali and Nabina Muhammad look alike. So when he brought the prophethood, he made a mistake and gave it to Muhammad instead of Sayyidina Ali. This was what I started hearing about them. Secondly, they said they worship stones. The Shia worship stones. They also don't believe in the Quran that they have their own Quran, a lot and a lot. So when I started hearing about these people, on the other way around, what they began to warn people against the Shia people, saying that they also possess some kind of charms or something. If you interact with them, automatically you become one of them because they charm your brain, your mind. You become one of them. They possess this. So through all these words, I began to question myself. So with time, I kept hearing more and more about them. Among the scholars, the Sunni scholars, some of them claim that the Shias possess knowledge. It is true that they possess the knowledge, but their belief, their aqidah, their belief is very wrong. So there was a time that I began to ask myself, how can someone possess knowledge and then his belief, his aqidah will be wrong? Is this aqidah, the deen of Islam, was it not built on knowledge? I began to ask myself, but yeah, this didn't turn me into Shia, but they were among the path. So through that I was making researches, reading, and I would say that me turning into Shia or something, I would say it wasn't by my will only, but it was also through the will of Allah. Because there was a time that I sat and I was thinking about the Shiism, Sunni. Everyone is saying he's on the right path, so I asked Allah to guide me to show me the right path and also guide me to the right path. Well, after some few times, there are some schools, Shia schools built around, although I don't go close to them. I don't go close to them, not because I'm afraid they could charm me or something like that. I never had the interest to. There was once, I could remember, I traveled together with my mom. To a place, and when we were coming back, she stood with some of her friends. They were having interaction. So I said to her that I want to take a lead. I'll take a lead. She'll come back. She'll come. So as I left her, I was on my way going. I met two of my friends. They started questioning me about Ahlul bayt. Why? They started questioning me about Ahlul bayt. Why do we wipe our legs? That was the question. Why do we wipe our legs instead of washing? I explained to them, reciting the ayah of Quran to them. I explained to them according to my understanding. And later, one of them asked me, what do I say then about the National Chief Imam of Ghana? The National Chief Imam of Ghana is a Sunni, but Tijani, not Wahhabi. He's a Sunni Tijani, and he washes his leg. And he asked me, am I trying to say that I am more knowledgeable or I understand Islam more than the National Chief Imam of Ghana? I told him that no, I don't understand Islam, or I'm not more knowledgeable than the National Chief Imam of Allah. But this that I explained to him is hujjah on me. I am able to understand what the Quran needs from me. If he also understands the way I understand and he still washes his leg, then the hujjah of Allah is upon him. But if he washes his leg instead of wiping it, under his own hisabu indallah. On that very day, I took the time to interact with them, and after I left, I took the car. I took a bus on my way home. On my way home, when I sit in the middle. It's a bus, general public bus. I sit in the middle of people. When I was going to sit, I said, "Ya Ali," and I sat. And there was a Muslim woman sit. She just looked at me, and she eyed me with anger and hatred, because, of course, Ya Ali never comes from anyone. It only comes from the lovers of Shia. I didn't mind her. On our way home, something happened. I don't know what happened. Our driver became angry and furious. So he drove the car, angrily. So through that, what happened? The street was on a mountain. On our way, the car fell. The car fell down, and we were about to capsize on the mountains. I was in the car, and I said to myself, so this is my end. But what did I say? I said to myself, I surrender myself to Sayyidah Zahra. I said, even if I die, I have no punishment, because I am under the shade of Sayyidah Zahra. The car was going. I was waiting for my death. Wallah, I was waiting for my death with the love of Sayyidah Zahra. What happened? A moment, the car stopped right at the edge. It just stopped, and I saw some people going out, so I also followed, and I came out. First, when I came out of the car, the first thing I did was I thanked Allah. Why did I thank Allah? I thank Allah that my mother was not with me in the car. If not, I would have to go back. And secondly, I started checking myself. There was nothing happened to me. Only, a little cat happened to me. So I went to stand at a place, and I started looking at the people that they were bringing out of their car. Some of them were hurt, some were dead. So since then, I said to myself, wow, through the love of Sayyidah Zahra, Allah has surrendered me. Yeah. So I said my life belonged to the Ahlul bayt since then. So this was one of the things that increased the love of Ahlul bayt in me. I don't worship Ahlul bayt. I don't worship them. I don't worship Sayyidina Ali. I don't worship Muhammad. But I love him. The love of Ahlul bayt has not finished in me. Every day Allah increased the love for me. So I can't say this is the specific time that I started loving them. No. I didn't know when I start to love Ahlul bayt, and I didn't know when it can ever end. It always increased. When I converted to Shia, when people know I have become a Shia, I received a lot of hatred, of course, because the surrounding, they were Wahhabis, okay, Wahhabiyah and Salafi. The Tijaniya among us are few. Although, yeah, I have friends already. We have friends from infancy. Among our friends, we used to sit together as a base or something. Among them were Wahhabis, among them were Tijani, and I am a Shia. So because of that, they can't criticize Shiism when I am around. And no one criticizes everybody for peace. But I understand that whenever I go away or when I leave them, they talk a lot. They talk a lot about me and Tashayu. And when I come back, among them, there are some of them who tells me this is what goes on, and I try to explain myself. So yeah, when I converted to Shia, I did receive a lot of hatred from the surroundings, the areas, but not my family. Not from my family. Because my family, yeah, alhamdulillah, my mom, it took time for her to understand Shiism, for her to accept Shiism. Because we always have to debate with her. But a mom can never hate her son. even if she doesn't believe his cause. My mom was a Tijaniya Muslim, and Alhamdulillah, she's now a Shia. And my brothers as well are all Shia. So one or the other, the areas now see us as like, they pity us, thinking that we have gone astray. Especially, there is a mosque close to us. Yeah, I go into I pray in the mosque. Because I was raised in that area, no one can tell me not to pray in that mosque. I pray in the mosque, all right. The imam of the mosque was one or the other related to me. Okay, but he pities me more. Why? Because according to his understanding, he is thinking that I have gone astray. But on the other way around, I also pity him, and I pray for Allah to guide him like he guided me of Islam. So I used to explain. To my friends, I explain to them, and whenever there is a base or something like that, I try to go and sit with them through interaction, through conversation. I try to make them understand the position of Ahlul Bayt. I never criticize. I never criticize the other side. According to me, there was a man in Senegal. He's a wali of Allah. People know him. And he has a lot of fans, a lot of love through the community of Tijaniya, among the Tijaniya. His name is Sheikh Ibrahim Anyas. A lot of people love him. Why? Because they understand that he is a wali of Allah and he loved the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then the scholars of Tijaniya speak a lot about him. They speak a lot of about his miracles. This develop love. It increases love into the heart of people. So I came to understand that, okay, the more people understand, or the more people hear about the position and the karamat of another, the more the love increases. So why not spread the love of Imam Ali? Why not make people understand who Imam Ali is? Because Imam Ali, compared to this sheikh that they love, it's nothing to be compared. Because this sheikh said in one of his qasida, he said he never get what he had. He did not have what he had, unless when he went to visit Imam Hussein at Karbala, which means he made tawassul with Imam Hussein to get what he had, and also he showed love to the Ahlul Bayt. So through Ahlul Bayt, through Imam Ali, he get what he had. Therefore, why not let people understand who this Imam Ali is? And if they understand who Imam Ali is, they are able to understand his karamat, his positions towards Allah, his position towards Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his positions in Islam, and the love sits and the love be with them. Automatically, you don't need to tell them that. You don't need to tell such a person to hate the enemies of Imam Ali. This is something natural. If I love my mother and I understand that this woman or this man is an enemy to my mother, automatically I will hate this man or this. How much more Imam Ali? Can my mother be compared to Imam Ali? Never. I made a decision to come to Lebanon, to study, to increase my knowledge of Ahlul Bayt because of some issues. One, I would say, is because of the passions I have for Ahlul Bayt and the passion I have for Islam. Because it came to a time that there were times that I faced a lot of, there are challenges, of course, there are challenges. Until now, there are challenges. And you can't face challenges unless with knowledge. You need knowledge to face and solve problems and face challenges. Illiterates can never make things right. In the other way around, in the way of trying to make, when an illiterate tries to make something right, he rather spoils it with the intention of making it right. Therefore, everything needs knowledge. I made this decision because it came to a time that, I understand myself that I have the passion of defending Ahlul Bayt. But how do I defend Ahlul Bayt without knowledge? My advice to Muslims not only Ahlul. My advice to Muslims as a whole is unity, because the Quran has said to us, وَاعْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. You should all hold upon the rope of Allah. Here the rope of Allah is being signified or classified. It's pointing to the Holy Quran. We should all hold up upon the Holy Quran. And we should never break up. We should never divide, because unity is strong. And the Holy Prophet ﷺ has said to us, إِنِّي تَارِكُمْ فِيكُمْ مَا إِن تَمَسَّقْتُمْ بِهِمَا لَن تَضِلُّوا مِن بَعْدِي. He said, كِتَابِ اللَّهِ وَعِتْرَتِي. He said, the Holy Quran and also my household. My household. Therefore, if we are to hold upon the Holy Quran, which is the Hablullah and the household, that never divide. This Quran and the household, that never divide. They never divide, because wherever the Quran is, it needs the what? It needs the Quran itself can never explain itself for us, for Muslims to understand, for humans to understand. It needs the one that will explain it. It needs the one that will explain it, so that what we understand it. And the same Quran said to us, وَلَا يَمَسُّهُ إِلَّا الْمُطَهَّرُونَ. You can't, none can understand it deeply, what it really means, unless what pure people, okay, pure people, those that Allah has purified. And the Quran himself, Allah himself has also what pointed to us, who are these mutahharun, alladhina la yamassuhu illa hum. He said, innama yuridu la liyudhiba ankum rijsa ahlal bayt wa tahhirakum tathhira. Idhan qad tahara Allah ahlal bayt. Allah has what purified ahlal bayt. And he said, wala yamassuhu illa al-mutahharun. No one understand that Quran unless mutahharun. If Allah has purified Ahlul Bayt, and no one can understand the Quran unless the Ahlul Bayt. Therefore, automatically we understand the Ahlul Bayt are those who we are to understand the Quran from. كما قال أنا مدينة العلم وعلي بابها. I am the area. I am the source of ilm, the knowledge, and Ali is the door to it. No, you can't enter a room using the window. Of course, you need to use the door. Therefore, anyone who needs me, anyone who needs my knowledge, me Muhammad, who needs the source of, must go through the door, who is Ali. So my advice here is for us to understand who the Quran is, for us to understand who the Ahlul Bayt is. Through the understanding of Ahlul Bayt comes the understanding of Quran. Therefore, I call upon Muslims I call unity upon Muslims, because even though there are divisions between Muslims, there are divisions. How are we to solve the divisions? These are what the Quran needs from us to solve our problems, to be one, to have one unity, to have unity in Islam, and peace and understanding. قالت إني أعوذ بالرحمن منك إن كنت تقيا قال إنما أنا رسول ربك لأهب لك غلاما زكيا قالت أنى يكون لي غلام ولم يمسسني بشر ولم أك بغيا قال كذلك قال ربك هو علي هين ولنجعله آية للناس ورحمة منا وكان أمرا مقضيا.